Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fandom. Where am I looking? Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fandom UK. So we're here tonight in the very first live stream on in a Fandom new Fandom setup, um, and we're here for the Aston Villa v Southampton game. So hopefully there'll be plenty of goals, lots of action, and hopefully you guys will join me for some interesting conversation as well. So we're just having a minute's silence at the minute, guys. So, guys, if you're joining me, just let me know how you're hearing the sound. Obviously, like I say, we're just about coming up to kick off now. Um, so, just looking at the teams, guys. Strong team for Aston Villa. Coutinho, Watkins, Bailey, Begin, Cameron, Ramsey, Dinya, Mings, and Conce, Young, and Martinez, keeper. So, yeah, looks like a strong lineup for Aston Villa. Southampton team, Adams up front, Diop, Ward, Prowse, Armstrong, Diallo, and Elevate. They're going for a more defensive look by the looks of it there with Southampton. I'm not sure. I've not watched enough for Southampton, but they're going for a 4-4-5-1 there. So that's obviously, if we have any Southampton fans join us, let us know how they normally line up. I'm sure I've seen Southampton play a 4-3-3 before, but maybe that was in a home game. But yeah, if any of you guys are familiar with how Southampton normally play, let me know because, like I said, I've not watched too much of Southampton to be fair. So, but looks like they're going to basically compact, keep it tight at the back, and probably try and hit Villa on a counter attack using the wings with the way they're lining up, or at least the way it looks like they're lining up, because it looks like it's 4-5-1. So yeah, it's pretty setup for Villa. I'm sure it was just said there was a 4-4-3-3. I think Villa are going for. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, you never know when first before the game kicks off, because the formation could come up on the screen what they tell you, and then obviously once the team actually starts playing, it can look slightly different to how it looks on paper. So let me know, guys, how you doing? Want to hear from you. It's been a while since I've been on. Obviously, I did do a stream a few weeks ago where we were supposed to have a fan on, and that didn't quite work out. But yeah, lots to discuss with the football world. Want to know your thoughts on the new setup, guys? Great to be finally in this new Spanden studio. It's been a lot of work, what a lot of time. As it's been an absolute nightmare, to be fair. Lots of little niggles and stuff to deal with. But I've got to give a shout out to all my family and friends that have mucked in. My mum and dad, Colin and Dawn, obviously my cousin Lee, and my lovely wife Becky, and also my best pal Carl, who have all mucked in to help me get this room set up so I could start improving and learning to get better on YouTube and build what I hope will be a proper football proper football fan channel. I got lots of ideas for the future of the channel, guys, and I want to involve you guys. So obviously, so some of you guys I've been speaking to on social media a lot. You've got to know me, but anybody that's new or anybody that's already got to know me a bit, I want to hear from you. Through social media? I want to get you guys involved, whether it's just coming on and talking about your club, whether it's joining me on a live stream. I want to get you guys involved. Now we're finally in the studio. Uh, I also want to start working on a fan panel, guys, where I get a couple of you guys on at the same time. Probably maybe start off with once every 2 weeks to start with, something like that, because obviously I'm well aware that a lot of you guys got commitments. I did try and start this idea a few months back, but unfortunately it didn't kind of quite work out. Partly because some of my problems with making time available for it, and also a bit of time went by. It just didn't work out. But now, obviously, like I said, now we've got the new studio set up. I want to get on that. I want to start, really start trying to get you guys involved. I'm very much aware that some of you guys are very camera shy. That's fine. We can try it without you guys coming on camera. You can come on and talk if you prefer to avoid being on camera. But ideally, to make the shows better and to make them more enjoyable for you guys to be a part of, it is obviously better if we can get some of you guys on that are happy and comfortable being on camera. Um, but like I said, if you are interested in that, then let me know. Get in touch with me on social media. I'll come to the comments in a minute, guys. Just to let you know, Aston Villa started off pretty strong, but as I expected with the lineups, it's Southampton kind of tucking in and then looking to basically Villa on the break from the early. Obviously, we're only three minutes in, so it's early days, but yeah, I kind of suspected that Southampton would try and make themselves tough to break down. So yeah, just kind of not much to say about it up to now, guys. Kind of both teams just getting a feel on the ball and kind of probing each other, if you like. But only a few minutes in, so yeah, let's go to some of the comments, guys, and see what you guys have got to say. Remember, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. It's very much appreciated. And drop your comments in the chat because, like I say, the whole point of these live streams is for you guys. That's why I do them. I do them because I want to hear from you guys. There is a lot of fan channels on YouTube that claim to be fan channels. And I am not criticizing the way they do things, guys. But the reality is there is a lot of football channels on YouTube and they say they're fan channels and they don't involve fans. I am trying to do that. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to build a channel for you guys to actually get involved in. So if you're not comfortable being on camera, that's fine. You don't have to come on the show. If you are, you can get in touch with me on social media and come on the show in future shows that we do. But if you're not comfortable with that, that is why I do live streams so that you can get involved in the chat. That, like I say, that's the whole point of the shows when I do the live streams, match watch alongs, things like that. It's so that I can involve you guys, hear what you guys have got to say, because we hear enough about what pundits have got to say in football. We hear enough about what the mainstream media have got to say in football. We hear enough from the newspapers with some of their garbage, can we say it to put it nicely, the garbage that they put on the back pages sometimes just to get sales. But we don't hear enough in the football world from what fans have got to say. We always have call-ins and stuff like that on radio shows around the country and stuff like that. And I'm sure some of you guys have took part in that as well. And I know I have myself. But the reality is that, to be fair, that there's not enough of it. There's not enough where fans actually get a voice in football. So that's what Fanden's about. And it's also about talking about the real things that matter to fans in football. We're seeing so many changes over I've never known football to be like it has over the last 2-3 years with obviously all the issues that we've seen in society over the last 2 years or so with the COVID and stuff like that. And obviously a lot of interruptions in football. So there's plenty to discuss about how you guys feel about how football's been over the last few years. Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Do you feel more involved as fans? Do you feel less involved as fans? These are all different aspects to talk about with regards to fans, but there's also plenty of other stuff to debate as well that you guys should be having a say on and that you guys should be having your voices heard. And one big thing is things like referees and VAR and the fact of the rich owners that we're seeing coming into football from around the world that are more motivated by the profit margin than the love of the game. And that's the reality that we're facing with the future of football, guys. So I'm trying to build a channel where you guys have a chance to use this channel and obviously have your opinions heard. I'm not saying that it's going to make a massive difference in the football world, but the more fans that we get coming together to build a channel like this, then the better the football world is going to be for football fans, not for the super rich, not for the tourist fans, but for you fans that really do care about the future of football and want to be a part of it and care about the direction that it's going and whether it's being managed correctly by the people that we're trusting to manage the game. So anyway, enough of that, guys. I'm going to come to some of your comments now because I'm kind of rambling on. But please bear with me, guys, because like I said, some of you are aware I've not been doing a lot of YouTubing over the last couple of months. Hence, because I've been working on the Fanden new Fanden studio and stuff. So plus all my normal work commitments. But now the studio's here. That's why it's here, so I can push a lot harder at the channel and try and create like I said, what is hopefully will grow to be a bit of a unique channel where you guys really do feel part of it. So enough of that, guys. I'm going to come to your comments. Please do hit that like button, guys. It does help with the visibility. I don't like keep going on about it, but obviously it is a big thing on YouTube. So if you can hit that like button, it's always appreciated. So we got Dylan. Hi guys, looking great, mate. Good to see you back out on the lives. Yeah, mate, I'm going to be back on the lives a lot more now. We've actually got this studio set up because, like I say, the problem with the old setup was I had to keep setting it up, packing it away, setting it up, packing it away. And it kind of just became a bit of a nightmare when with doing my normal job as well. So it was becoming a nightmare in respect of it. It was just too much effort to keep setting it up after work and then packing it away and stuff like that, packing everything up because there's quite a lot comes into it when you do regular live streams. Obviously, cameras and computer setups, access to the football, and obviously lights, stuff like that. There's a lot about it. So now we've got the permanent setup, I can get stuck in a lot more. So yeah, thanks for that, Dylan. Hopefully you like what the new Fanden studio looks like. Like I said, the room is a bit bigger than this, but obviously at the moment, just me in the studio. That this is the suitable arrangement that is best for the time being. But in the future, if we get hopefully build the channel and grow it and get fans involved, but also not fans. We also want. I'm also going to be making some effort to get in touch with football clubs as well. To see if we can get some club representatives on. Whether I'll have any success with it, I don't know, guys. But that's the kind of ambition I've got. That is basically to get these clubs to start coming talking to you, the fans, more, and send representatives, or at least have people willing at the club to come on and talk to you, the fans. Now, I have actually tried it. I meant to tell you guys about this a few months ago. There's not much to report in the game at the minute, guys. It's kind of like I said, they're still feeling each other out. A lot of head tennis going on, if you know what I mean. A lot of balls in the air. Both teams not kind of keeping the ball on the ground at the minute. But Southampton seem to be on the on what's the word in the ascendancy. I couldn't think of the word then. So yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying then for a minute, guys. I meant to tell you a while back, and I will come to the comments in a minute because we've got quite a bit of time to go yet. I meant to tell you guys, I went to Oldham Football Club a couple of months back, and I went to the club to see if I could get somebody at the club to speak to come on the show and speak to you guys, speak to me. And we could hear what was going on at Oldham, because I'm not sure if you guys are aware, there's a lot going on at Oldham at the minute. The fans are very unhappy, feeling very detached from the club, and there is a number of issues that the fans have with their club and the ownership. So I know it's a bit off topic at the minute, but I'm just pointing it out while I'm remembering. Oh, and sorry, Southampton just clipping one in from the wing there. And pretty well defended, actually. No, yeah, first touch on the balls and well defended, to be fair, because I've just seen plenty of defenders mess them kind of crosses up and slotted in their own net, if you know what I mean, guys. So yeah, quickly to say about the Oldham thing. So I did speak to the club, and unfortunately, it appears there is an issue with the Oldham owner refusing to talk to the press. Refusing to talk to any kind of fans representation, which is quite concerning that an owner can come into a club and do that. I thought that the FA made obligations for communications with clubs and fans and owners, and it appears that that is not the case. Or if it is, the FA are not enforcing that, because, like I say, that they definitely the owner Oldham is definitely refusing to speak to the press. But I have got an email address. I am going. I think I did actually email it a while back, if I remember rightly. But I had so much going on, I can't remember. But I did. I'm sure I emailed, but I will check that. But as far as I'm aware, I've had no reply. So reason I'm pointing that out to you guys is just to make the example that in the future, and I've also already started to try it. I will be getting in touch with football clubs and feeling them out to see if we can get clubs representatives to come on the channel and talk to you guys about the things that matter at the club that you care about. I'm not saying I'm going to have any success with it, but I'm just giving you an example of the kind of ambition I've got with the channel. I'm not saying we're going to grill these people, but I do believe that the clubs should be making people available to answer questions from you, the fans. But I want to know from you guys, do you feel that you get answers from your club? Do you feel that your club, that there is a line of communication from you, the fan, and the fans generally to the club, or do you feel that there's too much red tape with regards to that? I want to hear from you guys with regards to these kind of things, because they're very much important in respect of what the kind of things that I care about in football, which is partly why I started the channel. So yeah, that like I said, I think I've covered that enough. But I don't want to go on about Oldham too much when we're on a live stream for another game. But yeah, so guys, obviously, like I say, with regards to that, I will keep you posted and let you know, obviously, if I have any success with it. But I think that will be a work in progress. So let's come to the comments and see what you guys have got to say. Stevie, if you could just pop back for a minute for me, please. I appear to have lost my sound. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just communicating with the moderator. Dylan is saying sound is top, mate. Is top notch, mate. Right. Sorry, I'm getting stumbled on my words. I should slow me roll. Right. Thanks for that, Dylan. Appreciate that, mate. My finger, my earpiece. Stephen Allen's sound is good. All right. So sorry, I'm a bit behind with the comments here, aren't I? I asked how the sound was when we started the stream, so sorry for that. Sorry about that, guys. PFC Southampton. That's a small team in Hampshire. I kind of expected a little bit of friendly banter from United tonight, mate, with this one. Obviously, big Pompey fan is Dylan. Just bear with me a second. Yeah, so yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just trying to sort the sound out. I've lost my earpiece. So yeah, sorry about that, Dylan. So yeah, I kind of expected a bit of friendly banter. Just joking around, mate. I respect them really. Yeah, well, yeah, you might respect them, but they're your local rivals, mate. So I'm very much no problem with the banter. That's all well and good. But yeah, Dylan, I'm sure you might know, mate, because you obviously I know obviously massive Portsmouth fan, but with Southampton being local rivals, did it normally play? Is it common for Southampton to play the 4-5-1 system? Let me know if you're aware of that, Dylan. I want to hear from you, mate. William Pike, hi. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Great to have you involved. Leon Thompson, how's it going, Leon? Lionel Thompson. Hi, hello, guys. Sorry, I'm late to the stream, but the studio looks outstanding. Thank you very much, mate. There's absolutely no need to apologise for being late to a stream, mate. Absolutely no need. Whenever you guys pop into a stream, it's always appreciated. Always appreciate the support, and I always understand that you guys have your own stuff going on as well, so you can't always make every live stream or be obviously available from start to finish. So you never need to apologize for missing or being late for a stream. I always just appreciate whatever support you guys have time to give. And like I said, I just want to stress that point, guys, because I've had a few of you apologise to me for being late or not replying to messages. As long as you get back to me or get involved, that's fine. I'm happy. I would never expect you guys to apologise for things like that. Like I said, I totally understand you guys have got your own stuff going on as well. So thanks for that, like Lionel. You got no offense, mate. You got one of them names that I never know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Is it Lionel? Lionel, as in that reminds me of the film with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He had is it Lionheart? And he was called Lionel in that film, I think. So yeah, sorry to go off topic a bit there, guys. It's still 0-0, 17 minutes gone. Kind of a bit of an end-to-end game at the minute. I was more expecting. I was expecting more to see Aston Villa in the ascendancy, shall we say? Guys, please do hit that like button. It's very much appreciated if you could. Dylan is saying, I think referees should be interviewed after after every game, just like the players and managers. Mate, that is absolutely cracking idea. We have actually seen in the past that one or two referees have been mature enough and wise enough and respectful enough. That's the key thing, respectful enough to actually come out when there's been a big decision in a game and speak to the cameras and to the media to obviously explain a controversial decision. But we don't see it enough. So I do agree, Dylan, that it is something that would be, we've seen the VAR introduced, and as in some ways, I don't know what you guys make of it, because obviously we're a few years into this VAR now. But for me, it gets some decision right, but there's still controversy with it. There's still times when the games when it's questionable what it decides or which way it swings. I mean, I've obviously the last few days I've been watching so much football because I've missed so much football. So the last few days I've been watching a lot of football, and in Europe I've seen some controversial decisions. I think there was one the other day in the Celtic game, and for me, I don't know if you guys watched that game, but that I can't remember what his name is, the referee in that, but he's the kind of referee that I think we should be seeing in front of the cameras. And the reason I say that is because I can't remember his name. If you guys know who I'm talking about, let me know his name. But I've seen him quite a few games now, that ref, and he's got. I don't know if you guys agree, but I get the impression that there is some referees out there, and he's one of them, that like to be in the headlines. They like to be kind of. Sorry, my sound piece keeps dropping out my ear. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I was trying to say there's some referees that kind of like to be controversial. I get the impression. So for me, there was a couple of questionable decisions in that. Well, there was at least one in the Celtic game that was questionable, but I don't know whether that's. I don't know if it was so much VAR. I think it was more questionable about the judgment call about the actual what's the word I'm looking for? How you interpret the rules of the game, if you get my meaning. But I don't, like I said, I can't remember the details about it, so I'll leave it at that because I can't remember the details about it. But I know it sticks in my head. It was a penalty, I think. There was a controversial. Yeah, that was it. There was a controversial penalty decision, and the referee made them retake it. It if I remember rightly, it was when they analysed it after the game. It was I think they made him retake it for a player being offside, but the actual player that was offside was the attacking player, was a player for the team that was getting the penalty, not the team that was defending, so to speak. So it, but yet the rules of the game are that if a player, when a penalty is being taken, if a player steps into the box, then the referee has to blow the whistle and retake the penalty if the players step into the box before the penalty is taken, which is basically, like I say, it's how you interpret that rule. And these are the kind of things where referees are making a name for themselves because they're interpreting that rule in their own way, or it appears like that to us as fans. So like I said, for me, I'm kind of agreeing with you there, Dylan. I think we could do with a lot more transparency from referees, being more brave, basically, to come out and speak to us. Sorry about that. To speak to us as fans after the game and explain some of the decisions. The mainstream media have obviously got round it, guys, because they've got ex-referees in studios now explaining some of the decisions that these referees are making. But but that doesn't mean to say it, it's kind of giving the cop out, if you like, for the referees making the decision, because an ex referee is never going to criticise a present referee too much. So for me, that's kind of I get why they're trying to do it, but I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough. And if we can't have referees speaking out, then the question needs to be asked why. And the reason we all know why is because of the FA. It's because of the FA and the EFL and the way they are. Because I don't want to get into a controversial subject, guys. But let's be honest, the FA and the EFL are not exactly the friends of free speech. We've seen, especially in the Premier League, managers getting massive fines for just saying what they think after a game and showing a bit of passion. Now that is one part of the game that really, really gets up my nose, guys. And obviously, I've got a big enough hooter to get it up, for it to get up. So, just to lighten the joke there, guys. But yeah, for me, that's one thing that always grinds against me is the managers are kind of restricted by the FA or the Premier League to show passion after the game. We've seen it so many times that the managers are on eggshells when they're talking to the press after the game. And a perfect classic case of that is just watch Pep Guardiola. You watch Pep Guardiola in an interview, and he never ever looks comfortable when he's talking to the press. Never. And the reason is because he's sitting there and he's expecting them to fire a question at him to catch him out. That's going to be the next big headline. So he looks nervous. I don't know if you guys agree, but I genuinely think that every time I see not every press conference, I think it's in the big press conferences where there's a number of different press. He's not too bad after a game, like when it's one-to-one press conference, but when it's like when they go into the press conference room and have a setup of like, I don't know, 10, 20 media representatives firing questions at him, I always think he looks nervous. I really do. And I think there's other managers in the Premier League that show that same thing. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen that a perfect guy who's one of the managers that is very good at handling the press is Klopp. Klopp is absolutely amazing at dealing with the press. He knows that they're out to get an headline, and he tells them it. I think that's amazing. I think it's refreshing that he tells the press that he knows that they're trying to use him for an headline. I don't know what you guys think, but for me, I think that's awesome. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, Dylan, I do agree. I think we do need more transparency, mate. So yeah, that's an excellent point. Lionel Thompson is saying the background TV from behind looks great. Also, all the words you're saying for this future is for this future is 100% true. Needs managing better and football needs improvement. Well, yeah, mate, absolutely. I think football's always going to need slight improvement, but the question is, where's it being improved, mate? But yeah, that's an excellent point, Lionel. Like I say, I think there's as fans we should be having a lot more say about the improvements that's made in football. I think that's one of the key things to touch on. But yeah, excellent point with that, Lionel. Thanks for that, mate. Understood. It's took a while, Gaz. Not as easy as it is. As I've said, I'll say it again. Great studio, and you've done a great job. Thanks a lot, mate. Really, really do appreciate that. And like I say, thanks for coming, getting involved, and showing the support. It's always appreciated from all you guys. And yeah, mate. Like I say, a lot of work. I've got room now. I don't know if you can see. I've got room now in the background to hang a few shirts. A massive shout out as well to Gibbo, who has lent me a Sheffield shirt, because obviously me being a Bolton fan, all my football shirts are Bolton and England. So obviously, I need to get a selection of other club shirts because I'd like to. There's room behind me to hang a couple of club shirts. So as we do different live streams, maybe in the future, I can start hanging club shirts up to represent each club that we're streaming about. But obviously, that's something for the future because it'll take me a while to get a collection of different shirts together. Because I'm a bit superstitious about football, guys. Obviously, being about, don't get me wrong, I love football and I love watching other clubs, but I've kind of always been a bit superstitious about owning other club shirts because I kind of like, for example, my team, I lent that shirt off Gibbo for the studio. And this is a little bit funny. Some of you guys might find this funny. I'll come back to the comments in a minute, but I just want to share this with you. Gibbo lent me a shirt for the studio. Obviously, it's not hanging yet because it's not suitable because he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan and we're doing Aston Villa Southampton tonight. So it's not suitable to have a Bolton shirt or a Sheffield shirt up tonight. But Gibbo lent me a shirt and I took it off him before we played Sheffield, before Bolton played Sheffield. And I didn't even think about the game coming up. And surprise, surprise, Bolton lost. So to me, I'm superstitious like that, and I thought we lost because I lent that shirt. I brought a shirt into my house from a rival club, so I'm kind of superstitious like that. So that's why I don't own any shirts from other clubs. It's not that I've got anything against other clubs. It's just I'm a bit superstitious. But obviously, building fan, then I will start to see if I can start collecting a few shirts now, so that we can have, like I said, we can have a mixture of different clubs in the background when we're doing live streams, just give a bit more of a football feel to it. Because like I said, I'm not going to be disrespectful to you guys and hang Bolton shirts all behind me, because Football Fan Den isn't about Bolton. It's about you, the fans, and all clubs in the UK. And obviously the national teams as well. So yeah, Lionel Thompson is saying, understand. Oh, right. Sorry, I just read that comment, didn't I? So thanks for that, Lionel. Appreciate your kind words, mate. Always appreciated. Amish, how's it going, mate? Great to see you. Hi, Gaz. How's it going? I like the look of the new studio. Thanks a lot, mate. Yep. Like I say, still some improvements to be made with it. Obviously, there's a few things I want to tweak, but it's here now. It's hopefully you guys like the look of it. I'm not sure if you can see. The only thing Bolton I've got is in the studio at the minute. I've got a Bolton book in the corner, and I've got my my Bolton football. My Bolton football. I don't know if you guys can see that on the front. It's got the Bolton logo. So obviously, I've not put too much stuff out because obviously, like I say, most of my stuff is Bolton. So, and this is not obviously that when I do a live stream for Bolton, it's going to be great because obviously I've got plenty of Bolton stuff I can put out behind me. But I'm like I say, out of respect for you guys, when we're doing anything Fan Denny that's not involving Bolton, then I won't put loads of football stuff out to do with Bolton. So yeah, but yeah, like I say, I will start to collect some shirts. I think. So we can have a variety of shirts in the Fan Den studio in the future. So yeah, thanks for that, Amish, mate. Much appreciated. And like I say, I'd love to know your thoughts on Nottingham, mate. And obviously, not really spoke to you, Amish, much recently. I know you've been busy with studies and stuff like that. So Amish, I want to hear from you, mate. How do you think of Nottingham? And I'm not sure what the score is on that tonight. I'll actually check in a minute. The score is any of you guys know? Let me know the score for the Nottingham game. They're playing tonight, if I remember rightly. So we're 31 minutes in, guys. It's corner to Aston Villa. I'm not been really concentrating on the game. I've been too busy talking, haven't I? So yeah, let's crack on through some of the comments. Lionel Thompson saying, what's happening at Oldham? Are they going to turn out to be the next team in administration? No, what's going on at Oldham, mate, is basically the fans feel detached from the club. The owners are not being fan friendly. They have actually been banning fans from the club for protests and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on at Oldham, and I am like I say, I'm in the process of trying to see if I can get somebody from the club to talk, preferably the owner. But when I went into the club, I asked for a club representative to speak to us, and basically, I got told that no club representative is allowed to talk to the media by instruction by the owners. So basically, the club representative, with the exception of the manager, obviously, but the club representatives are not allowed to talk to the media or any kind of press or any kind of YouTubers or anything. They're not allowed to. They've been told off the owner not to speak to people with regard to what's going on at the club, which is a complete disgrace, if you ask me. So yeah, that's like I said, there's a lot to talk about Oldham, but we'll be doing lots more, lots more live streams and shows coming up, guys. So we can talk about obviously Oldham and stuff in the future. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a quick idea of what's going on. But a lot of problems at Oldham. Like I say, probably worth doing a separate show to talk about the issues going on at Oldham. And to be honest, I've been so busy with the studio, I could do with getting back in touch with what's going on with that. But thank you for that, Lionel. Dylan is saying, in regards to the Oldham owners, they were solid. So they were sold last month, mate. Oh, were they? All right. Well, there you go. Like I said, I've been so busy with trying to get the studio set up, mate. So I wasn't. Oh, mischance for Coutinho there, guys. So yeah, thanks for that, Dylan. I'll look into it, mate. Like I said, I've been so busy doing the studio, I haven't kept in touch with. I'm trying to get back in. I've been watching football like crazy this last week, trying to get back in touch with what's going on. Because like I said, I've kind of left it alone for the last couple of months while I've been getting things done. But like I said, I'm back at it now, so I'm sure I'll get back up to speed with the majority of it anyway. So thanks for that, mate. Scooter Finn, all right, mate. How's it going, Scooter? How's it going, mate? Great to see you in the chat. Really appreciated you coming, getting involved, mate. Like I say, I want to hear from you guys. Obviously, we're doing live streams about games, but when I do these live streams, like I say, they are here for you guys to get involved, so we can talk about the game, but we can also talk about general football topics. So yeah, if you guys obviously have things you want to say about football, you're more than welcome to. Don't forget, guys, another live stream planned for tomorrow. I think I scheduled it for 7, and that is a general show. So that's going to be great, because then we can just, we can talk about whatever you guys want to chuck in the chat. We can also react to games, all the games. Like I say, I don't know. I want to hear from you guys when we do these live streams to these games. Would you prefer me to stick to the game that we're watching and give you details about that, or would you be preferring for to just talk generally about the game and other general football in the chat? Because like I say, when I do these live streams, they're more so for you guys to come and get involved and have your opinions about football heard. So I want to hear from you, your thoughts about what your thoughts are on the conversational dynamics of live streams, particularly when we're doing specific games. So it's still 0-0, guys. 35 minutes in. I think both teams kind of maybe just took the foot off the accelerator just a little bit, catching the breath, because they've both been at each other. Nothing really to divide between the teams that I've seen up to now. Obviously, I'm trying to keep one eye on it and obviously reply to you guys and your comments as well. So, but yeah, thanks, Scooter. Appreciate you dropping in, mate. Let me know anything interesting from any of you guys about stuff to do with football that I might have missed. And I have been missing a lot recently, like I say. But now the studio's up and running, I will be getting back up to speed with what is going on in the football world. But obviously, not just that. There's so much goes on in the football world, guys. I still need to hear stuff from you guys, because you just can't keep up with everything, because there's so much goes on. So yeah, Lionel Thompson. Cheers, Dylan, for answering that. I've always followed League One, Championship, and the Premier League, but don't pay too much attention to the League Two. Ridiculous question from me. No, mate. No. There's never a ridiculous question. As long as it's respectful and and to do with football, it's not a ridiculous question. So yeah, Dylan. our owners don't talk to anyone. Don't talk to anyone that isn't official club media, mate. Sorry, hang on. Let me read that again. Our owners don't talk to anyone that isn't official. Right. Sorry, I misread the way you wrote it, or I just misread it. So they don't talk to any official, any media if that isn't official. Um, they even block fans that call them out on Twitter and Instagram. No way. What do you mean? Seriously, what? They block the fans if you criticise them on Instagram or on Twitter. So if you played, I don't know, give you an example. If you say, I think the team were disappointing, not enough effort, played really bad today. Is that the kind of thing that you're saying the block fans for, or a bit, or obviously fans that are showing a bit more how can I put it, a bit more passionate comments, shall we say? Let me know, Dylan. Would love to know a bit more about that, mate. Lionel Thompson, but their owners seem very disrespectful, and isn't that big? Isn't that big of a nice football man? I'm sorry, I'm not following you there, mate. But their owners seems very disrespectful, and isn't that big of a nice football man? I'm not following that, mate. So, Lionel, let me know, mate. I'm not quite following what you're meaning with that, mate. Or unless you're responding to Dylan, I'm not sure, mate. Apologies for that. So just let me know what you mean with that. Sorry. Dylan is saying no worries, Lionel. I think that's why I'm not following it. I think you guys talking between yourselves. Freddie Brown, hi. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you dropping in. Let me know your thoughts on tonight's game or any other football topic. Always happy to hear from new fans. Let me know. I can see Iron Central. Right. So good to see you in the chat, mate. That's so that's your YouTube account then, right? That's cool to know, mate. Great to have another group member in the chat from Instagram. So yeah, thanks for that, guys. Also, if you're not aware, if you're new to the channel, you can get in touch with me if you want to get involved in the fan chats. I've got some fan chats going on Instagram. And we've also got a group now up and running on Facebook where you guys can also, you can talk football, but in the Instagram groups, you can talk football. And the Facebook group, you can actually talk football and share some of your stuff from your club. But that you can only share stuff from your club in the Facebook group. So if you guys want to get involved in that, go and check it out. Obviously, that's the group. You have to remember, because I got confused with this when I started with Facebook. On Facebook, there is a Football Fandom page, which is the main thing for Fandom on Facebook. And then there is a Football Fandom group. The group is what you guys can take part in. So obviously, I always appreciate your support on the page, because that's where I post all the Fandom stuff. But the group runs alongside that, and you guys can use that to talk football, to drop your opinions about games and stuff like that. But you can also share stuff to do with your club and stuff like that. But obviously, even though you can share stuff in the Facebook group, I don't allow anybody to promote that that basically don't work with. If I work with other people, then I'm happy to share their stuff if they're promoting something. But obviously, the main purpose of that is for you guys to share stuff about your clubs that you're interested in and that you want other fans to know about. So just to let you know, guys, there's been a goal for Aston Villa, 40 minutes. I'm just going to watch it back on the replay because I only caught the tail end of that. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys. But if you're interested in that social media stuff, like I say, follow on Instagram and Facebook and let me know. And you can follow on Twitter, but we have got a Twitter account. I just don't do a lot on it at the minute. But I am going to start trying to get into that a bit more now the studio setup is up and running. So there's your options. But like I say, if you want to get involved in Fandom, you can do it on the channel and on Facebook and Instagram. You just have to get in touch, mate, guys. That's why it's called social media. We're having a VAR check, so I'm not sure why the VAR check. We seem to have a VAR check these days for every goal, guys. All right, and I don't know if you guys think there's a lot more checks for goals than there used to be. So yeah, go back to your comments, guys, where we find what's happening with that. There seems to be. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out why there's been a VAR check. So the goal stands. The goal stands. Jacob Ramsey scored the goal, guys. So yeah, Aston Villa 1-up, and they need. To be fair, they bought the Villa need this. They need a win in this game, really, tonight. No disrespect to Southampton, but obviously Southampton been doing kind of okay at the start of the season. They've had some reasonably decent results, but Villa have looked like they're struggling to get the momentum going a little bit. I think it was three defeats in a row before they drew with United. One, I think it was United they played last, if I remember correctly. So yeah, but before that, it was three defeats in a row before they beat my club Bolton in the cup, which I was very disappointed about, as you can imagine. um, Freddie, up the Wanderers. Thanks. I'm not sure if you're referring to Bolton there, mate, or another club, but yeah, that up the Wanderers obviously is relevant to a few clubs, so you need to be a bit more specific because obviously you say up the Wanderers. I'm going to think that's referring to Bolton. But yeah, thanks for that, Freddie, mate. Appreciated. Scott Finn, the Wolves way. Yeah, that's it. Wolves. You're talking about Wolves, aren't you, guys? I'm with you. So yeah, fair enough. You guys, obviously giving yourselves a bit of support. No worries. Dylan is saying Southampton usually play three up top and three at the back, mate. All right, so they do actually. Right, so they three at the back, and is that like kind of at their own? Are you meaning generally, Dylan, or is that like at home when they play at home? Do they play three at the back and maybe a bit more defensive? Because tonight they are playing a 4-5-1 formation, unless well that's what it showed, and that's what they look at. From what I've seen, they've been looking to play, but there's been a lot of action tonight on the wings. So for both clubs, I think they're trying to stretch each other a little bit, maybe. Obviously, in these kind of games, with teams in the mid table, shall we argue? Because I'm not sure. Some of you guys might argue that Aston Villa are not mid table right now, but when teams have not found their form. So yeah, thanks for that, Dylan. Let me know, mate. I'm wanting to know if they play that way at home a lot, or like, what I'm what I'm wanting to know is, do they tend to play a more defensive style when they play away from home? That's what I'm getting at. So yeah, if you know that, mate, let me know. But I'm presuming uh, that they play but like three at the back more at home, and maybe go with a 4-4-5-1 formation when they're away from home. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't watch enough of Southampton. So maybe I'll just like get up to speed with more of Southampton as we do more live streams and stuff. So yeah, Leonard Thompson. Yeah, that's right. I think you guys are talking. All right, sorry, mate. You commented on Dylan's comment. Um, My name is very hard to pronounce to some people. You're not the only one, guys. Don't worry. No, mate. Like I say, I don't mind unusual names. Unusual names are cool. I love people. I love anything that's not that's kind of like not following the crowd, if you like. I like to. I'm one of them kind of people that I like to think for myself. And if you saw me when I go out on a night out, you'd know what I mean. I dress my way, not the way people expect me to dress. I dress how I like, and I believe me, I stand out in a crowd. So yeah, but no, mate, no problem. I just like I said, I just want to make sure I'm trying to pronounce your name correctly, mate. That's all. But thanks for that, Lionel. I'm sure. Obviously, I have to talk to you on a voice call or something on social media so you can actually pronounce it for me so I can hear it. But yeah, thanks for that, mate. Dylan is saying VAR is another version of match fixing. I think he's trying to say there. It says max fixing. I think he's trying to say match fixing. Yeah. Well, I'm um, yeah. I suppose it could. I suppose it can be manipulated for that, and I suppose with some of the decisions we see sometimes, it could be argued that that's kind of the way it is. It could be. It could go. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of yeah. Fair point, Dylan. I don't want to really kind of say that myself at the minute because obviously to make that kind of a comment from my point of view, you're free to say it, mate. You're rightly so, and I respect your opinion. But from my point of view, obviously representing the channel and wanting to do everything as proper as possible. I think it needs a bit more research before I could have a fair say on that. To be fair, mate. But yeah, excellent viewpoint. I'm just not sure if I can agree on that. Like I say, I'd need to do a bit of analysis on general use of VAR. Look, I'm not sure how the Scottish fans are feeling about VAR because it's first season up there for the use of VAR this year. I've not heard too many Scottish fans complain about it. So I'd love to hear from you if you're a Scottish fan what your thoughts are on VAR in Scotland. And obviously, if you're a lower league fan, do you think it should be introduced in the lower leagues? There's plenty to talk about with regards to a lot of VAR. I'm surprised I've not seen it being talked about a lot more by the mainstream media and stuff. Half time, guys, and Aston Villa lead 1-0. I still want to know your thoughts on how you think that conversation should go on these live streams. Would you prefer me to stick to more to talking about the game, or are you guys happy for me to kind of veer off talking about other football topics? Obviously, I'm asking you that opinion because it's a lot harder for me to stick to talking about the game. Obviously, when you guys are firing all sorts of different football points of view at me in the chat, so that's why I'm asking your opinion on it. And you like I say, always welcome your opinions, guys. Sorry, did I miss that? Lionel Thompson, another Taylor. Taylor is the worst referee is in the Premier League at the moment. Oh, sorry, Anthony Taylor is the worst referee in the Premier League at the moment. Fair comment, mate. Yeah, that's fair comment. I think to be fair, I think that in every league we've got good and bad referees. One thing I know that a lot of you guys that are fans of clubs in the lower league get frustrated with is the fact that you in the lower leagues, excuse me, in the lower leagues we seem to have a poorer standard of refereeing and more controversial. Well, from my point of view, I think we have more controversial decisions in the lower leagues, and I think that the FA use the lower leagues sometimes as a test ground for new referees as well. So, which isn't really fair to the clubs, clubs in the lower leagues that are just desperate to get some kind of success to improve the financial situation. It's something we're going to talk a lot more about in the future, guys. But we have to touch on it. But we need to seriously talk about this imbalance in finance in football. I'm not going to get into it too much tonight because, like I say, we're going to be plenty more streams in the future. But it's definitely something we need to talk about because I think we're heading for a storm in football if we're not careful. I really think that the margin of the margins between the bottom and the top of the leagues of finance is getting astronomical. You've got Premier League clubs earning astronomical amounts of money, and lower leagues clubs literally begging just for an half decent cup run or an half decent draw in the cup to try and make some money because they're that squeezed for finance, and we've got to be asking questions of the AFL with regards to the lower leagues and the stretched finances financial situations we see many clubs in. We really do. But like I said, that's kind of a topic for another night, I think. But yeah, fair enough, Lionel. Really appreciate your input, mate. Dylan is saying bit of a change of subject. Gaz, what do you think? Make what do you make of Bolton so far, and what are your hopes for the season? Um, um, I kind of, um, I kind of, I think we're playing a lot better this season. I've actually started to manage to catch up with a lot more Bolton this season, which I'm really happy about because, to be honest, like I say, guys, I'm very honest. I say what things as it is. I've got no time for beating about the bush. Last season and the season before, particularly the season before, I missed a lot of Bolton games because I was busy watching a lot of Scottish football, trying to catch up and understand the Scottish leagues better. And that kind of caused me a bit of a problem on my own team because I kind of started to lose a bit of touch with my own club, what was going on, players coming in and out, stuff like that, how the team was playing. But obviously, I did it in fairness to fandom. I did it in fairness to fandom because I want to make the channel work, and it's only fair to you as fans that I have a good understanding about as much the different football leagues as possible. And obviously, because I'm English and I don't really follow all of Scottish football, I didn't know enough about it. So I spent a lot of the first 2, 3 years of fandom studying Scottish football. So it kind of left me a bit out of touch with my own club. So I've been buzzing to getting catched up with my own team a lot more this season. And I've got to be honest, I'm much more impressed with the manager and how he's going about things than I was the last season. I think there were some questionable decisions last season, what he made. I think last season there was some questionable performances from some of the players, to be fair. But the club have the club seem to be doing things sensibly in respect of the transfer market. I think they're getting a good blend of buying players and loaning players. We've loaned a couple of players from Premier League clubs, which is good, obviously, for them players to develop. But it's also good for Bolton to get what some fans might consider a better standard of player. Because obviously, if they play for a Premier League club, they might not be in the first team, but even if they're in the reserves or the under 21s, clearly that Premier League club has got ambitions for them to achieve more in football. Otherwise, they wouldn't be at that club, would they? So yeah, for me, I definitely think it's been much improved this season. Still disappointing in some games, but obviously you can't expect the team to perform in every game. And I wish I could think like that when they actually lose, because obviously when our teams lose, we don't always think that logically, do we? But yeah, for me, I think from overall, it's been a decent start to the season, and I think there's still plenty to improve. Like I said, there's been a good balance of in the team. I think we're starting to get the nucleus of a decent team. I think the first 2 seasons when we got the new owners, we had a bit of a mishmash team, a lot of imbalance, and you could see it in the results. And it was really hard to keep track of the team because the club was chopping and changing players. We were having players coming in on short-term deals, players coming in on loan for short terms. So we had a very mixed bag in the first 2 years of the new owners. But it's starting to turn around now. We're starting to see the nucleus of a team. And overall, this season up to now, the few games that I've seen, we've played well. I managed to watch what game was it? I watched one of the Bolton games the other day, and I was really impressed how well we played. Actually, it's been a while since I've actually sat down and watched a full Bolton game, and it was good. I was really impressed with how we played. So yeah, overall, I'm reasonably happy, mate. If that answers your question, but yeah, right back at you, Dylan. How do you think Portsmouth have getting on to now? Are you happy? I'm presuming you are, because you're right up there near the top of the table. So I'm presuming you're absolutely buzzing with the season so far. Stevie, if you could, I've lost my earpiece again. If you could, please come and grab it. Sorry to be a nuisance. But thanks for that, Dylan. Leonard Thompson is saying, League One looks sick for the season. Dylan, top contenders, Derby, my club, Bolton and Pompey. Well, Derby are supposed to be contenders, but the way we are playing, we're nowhere near it currently, sadly. Mate, right, with regards to Derby, I think you got to give it a bit of time, mate. The club has just been saved, as I've just explained about Bolton. Um, thank you. As I've just explained about Bolton, when Bolton's new owners came in, it was kind of really really not a good season. The first season the new owners come in, because obviously Bolton were in a lot worse situation. Mind you, I don't know, because you guys have been in a bad situation, but I'm not sure how was the team. Let me know, Lino. How was the Derby team um, when the new owners took over? What kind of team did you have? Because obviously the reason I'm asking is because when Bolton were in the same situation of administration and almost going bust, Bolton actually resorted to playing the kids. We were in that's how bad Bolton was when they was in administration, that they had to play the youth team. Um, because I think we ended up at one point with about 7 first team players. That's what we ended up left with, because the club was run into such turmoil. And when we started that season where the club went into administration, we had, I'm sure it was 7 first team players, and 2 of them were goalkeepers. So let me know, Lionel. What was the Derby team like at the start of this season when the new owners took over? I would love to hear from you, mate. Um, some of these fines are getting given out for stupid reasons. Fines. Am I behind with conversation there, mate? I'm not sure. Are you talking? I'm right. I think you're talking about what I was talking about earlier about the managers. Is that right, mate? Um, with regards to managers being fined for saying what they feel in a press conference, yeah, I totally agree. It's wrong. Like I say, that it bugs me that managers are not allowed to speak freely. Don't get me wrong; we want them to be respectful. We all agree that managers need to speak to the media with respect, but they're allowed to show a bit of passion, or they should be allowed to show passion. And as soon as they show any kind of passion or any kind of honest assessment, it's like either the media turn it on its head and make a meal of it, or the managers getting punished off the FA for bringing the game into disrepute or some stupid reason like that, which is basically just an absolute disgrace. Because to me, it's just fresh. It's just the FA flexing their muscles and stopping free speech, which to me they should be answerable for. Because we're supposed to live in a country where you're supposed to be allowed to speak freely. So how is it managers are getting punished for speaking freely in press conferences? I think it's wrong. But thanks for that, Lionel. I'm presuming, like I said, my apologies if you was meaning something else, mate, but I was presuming you're responding to that. Dylan is saying League One is crazy, mate. Sheffield Wednesday and Derby for top 2 in my eyes. Yeah. But to be fair, it's up for grabs, isn't it? We all know in League One, mate, whoever's at the top now can be mid-table at the end of the season. That's how quickly it can turn on its head. So kind of at the minute, it's just about as a fan, as a football fan, and of Bolton anyway, from my club, I think we just keep up there in the mix. That's my main aim. As long as my club can stay up there in the mix, then we've got a good chance of getting promoted. I don't want Bolton to get promoted through the playoffs. We're a club that, in my personal opinion, my club is big enough and strong enough that we should be able to win League One. So I would prefer to get promoted by winning the league, ideally. But like I say, plenty of games to go in League One, and I know there's plenty of banana skins, so to speak, along the way where we could slip up and obviously, with respect to all the other clubs in League One, from Bolton point of view, there's a lot of big clubs in League One, or decent sized clubs that that all have a good shout to win the league. To be fair, so yeah, lots to play for in League One, mate. To be fair, so if we've not a ticket, we've not got no Southampton fans or Aston Villa fans coming on tonight. It'd be great to hear from any Villa fans and Southampton fans if we have. I'd love to know how your thoughts are on the game. Guys, please do hit that like button if you haven't. It would be very much appreciated. Hopefully, lots more. Like I say, lots more Fan Den live streams to come. I've just got to kind of get back in my rhythm of it, if you know what I mean. I felt a bit brave tonight, jumping straight in feet first on a live stream, because normally you feel your way into it by doing shorter streams and get your momentum going that way. But I thought, no, it's been a while since we've done a match watch along, so I would try and get one on done straight off the mark. So sorry, I'm missing something. Dylan asking, do Derby players have a good connection with the fans, mate? Yeah, that's a cracking question, mate. Sheffield Wednesday, Lionel is saying Sheffield Wednesday, yes, can't see Derby getting there unless we get a manager on who scores goals. Sorry, I'm reading that wrong, Anna. Sheffield Wednesday, yes, can't see Derby getting there unless we get a manager on who scores goals. You're throwing me off with that one, mate. Managers don't score goals. Managers manage. So that's why I'm getting confused with what you're saying there, mate. I think you're meaning to say get a manager who gets the players scoring goals, which is a great point, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think with Derby, I think you're just going to have to be a little bit patient this season, mate. I think results will be all over the place, and you kind of might have to just settle for mid-table this season. It's going to take a season or so to rebuild the team and get you guys back on track. Because, like I said, I'm not sure where your team is at the minute, but I'm presuming Derby have lost quite a few players from when Wayne Rooney was in charge. Right, so we've got Southampton here, guys, making a couple of changes. We've got Perod and Diolop coming off, and Laros and Ariobe coming on. So two changes for Southampton at the start of the second half. So clearly, Southampton going for some kind of tactical change here, I would imagine. And they're looking like that. I'm not sure if I can tell you. It looks like lined up as a 4-4-2 at the minute. Unless we'll have to see in a minute. But yes, that definitely looked like Southampton at kickoff then lined up in a 4-4-2, which I kind of like that. I do like the 4-4-2 formation. I think it's very direct and it's balanced. I think it's very underestimated today. A lot of clubs obviously wanting to play this kind of football, keep possession football, and I think for teams like Man City, yeah, that's fine because that obviously they got big ambitions. They want to play that kind of style, but I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. I kind of like the more direct approach. Me in football, I like teams that just attack and where it's more end to end, especially in a neutral game because it's more enjoyable, isn't it? So yeah. With regards to your comment, Lionel, I'm presuming you meant the manager should get more players scoring goals. So yeah, that's a fair comment, mate. But like I say, with regards to Derby, I think you're just going to have to kind of ride it out a bit this season. I know it's frustrating as a Derby fan, but like I say, the main thing is the club's still going, and now you can obviously all come together as a football, as a club and a community. And get the club back on track. And hopefully the new owners at Derby do the right thing by the club as well. Lionel Thompson is Southampton here with a chance. Appeals for a handball as well. I think the referee was too far away to give it, to be fair. Lionel Thompson saying, yeah, we have a really good connection with the fans. We sell out our away end nearly every game, but all we want back is from the players to pull through and win the games. Yeah, well, mate, yeah, totally. Putting the effort in is what, as fans, that's what you want to see. You want to see the players putting maximum effort in and giving everything that they've got. And that, man, keep feeling that the microphone's too low. Yeah. So yeah, totally understandable, mate. As fans, we all want to just see the players give maximum effort. So that is totally understandable. But like I said, I think with Derby, you're just going to have to just bite the bullet this season, mate. And believe me, I know how hard it is. I've just literally watched. Well, all Bolton fans have seen our club do the same thing, and it took 2 seasons to get Bolton's team in any kind of competitive order, really. when the new owners come in, because just simply because of how bad the club was, the state of the state of how the club was left by the previous owner. So yeah, obviously, has the sound gone or is it just me? Is it me? Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I get getting a complex then about the sound. So yeah, obviously I don't want to keep repeating myself, but yeah, it's just going to be one of them, you know, frustrating seasons as a Derby fan, mate. You just have to ride it out, unfortunately. But hopefully you'll be back firing on all cylinders next season and doing much better. But like I said, I think it's that's the word I'm looking for. It's a transitional season for Derby this year, mate. I think, but that's just my opinion. You might have a different one, mate, and let me know. Dylan is saying that sounds great, mate. Good to see the players, bonding well with the fans. Absolutely, with every club, we want to see that. To be fair. So, guys, and just let you know what's going on in the game. It looks like Southampton come out with a bit more motivation in the second half. They're definitely putting pressure on Aston Villa. They're pressing. They're getting men forward, and at the minute, Aston Villa are having to basically, dig trenches, whatever you want to call it. They're having to sit back and soak up the pressure, basically, because obviously Southampton. Well, it kind of looks like the manager's given them a bit of a G'ing up in the dressing room at half time. Another shot wide from Southampton, but that's a couple of attempts on goals in just in the first few minutes of the second half. So obviously Southampton wanting to try and get something out of this game. That earphone's really annoying me. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to get the earphone right in my ear. It's rather annoying. So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I would say that Southampton have kind of been given a kick up the backside by the manager, by the looks of it, to get in the game a bit more. Freddie Brown, thoughts on Darwin Núñez? From my point of view, mate. If you're asking me, I would say he needs a bit of time. We've seen it many a times. I'm sure you guys are well aware of this. You're all knowledgeable football fans. We've seen it many times with players that have come to the Premier League that haven't played in the Premier League before. It can take them a bit of time to gel. Some players come in and it hit the ground running. And obviously just hit the ground running and start firing in goals left, right, and centre, or make a positive impact on the team if they're a midfielder or a defender. But I think more often than not, we do see that new players, especially young players, because Núñez is a young player, they can take a bit of time to get used to the new surroundings, the new culture, new obviously language. There's a lot, especially when it's a player that's not familiar. And you've got to bear in mind, guys. I don't think he speaks when he come. I don't think he spoke hardly any English. So obviously, the club will be trying to get him up to scratch with English, which will obviously make his communications better with the team. So I think it's a bit unfair to judge him just yet. We've got to give all new players a bit of time on obviously to settle in. So yeah, thanks for that, Freddie. That's a great question, mate. But like I say, for me, I think it's just early yet. I think we've got to give him a bit of time to settle in. We can't. Come on, guys. We're all football fans. We know it can. It can be as a new player that's new to the country and new to the language and new to the surroundings and the weather as well. Because I'm sure he's adjusting to the climate. So we have to give these kind of players a bit of time to adjust to that. And I know some of you guys are going to obviously point out about Haaland and how he's hit the ground running. But it's the first few games, guys. As Haaland has started well, really well. Yeah, I'll give him massive respect for that. But he could have a dip in form. Who knows how he's going to handle the English winter? He might be more might be more used to it because he's been playing in Germany. and obviously it gets quite cold in Germany. But do they get as much wet weather as we do in England? So that's going to be something that's going to be interesting with regards to new players coming in. But yeah, like I say, you have to give these players kind of time, and maybe I think maybe Nunes coming playing from a warmer climate because he was playing in a warmer climate. He's going to take a bit of time to get used to it, and like I say, the difference, if it, for you, and I'm pointing this out because I've seen a lot of fans making the comparisons on social media, and the difference with Nunes, um, and obviously, is with Nunes is he's come from a warmer climate and obviously doesn't speak any English, um, whereas oh, his name's gone out of my head now. Uh, you guys know what I'm talking about. Why do I always forget players' names? It's in my head 1 minute and then it's gone. Um, All right, so it's 1-1 Forest Fulham. So there you go, guys. I'm not sure if you're keeping up to date with that game. It's 1-1 Nottingham Forest uh, and Fulham. What was I saying then? Oh yeah, sorry about Haaland. Yeah, with Haaland speaks English, and obviously, like I say, he's been playing in a colder climate, so it's not as big of a change for him coming to the Premier League in respect of the language and the climate, because he does speak English, whereas Nunes doesn't speak the language and has come from a warmer climate. So I think we have to take them kind of things into consideration when new players come to the Premier League, and we're expecting them to settle in quickly, shall we say? But great question, Freddie. Thanks for that, mate. Amish, Forest are 1-0 up against Fulham. Thanks for that, Amish. Sorry, mate. I'm a bit behind with the comments. I'll try and catch up now. Yeah, it just flashed up on my screen that it's 1-1 now with Fulham. So, but sorry about that, mate. Thanks for that. Forest have made quite a few transfers this season. It will take Steve Cooper time to get the new squad to gel together, but once they do, they will have a good chance of finishing in mid-table. Yeah, mate, I would love to see Forest stay up this season. I really would. I think they're going to be a great addition to the Premier League. But obviously, excuse me, obviously, as you guys are well aware, when clubs newly promoted, especially when they get promoted in the playoffs, because obviously Forest got promoted through the playoffs, which means they get less preparation time. When new clubs come up, it's the first 2-3 seasons that count, whether they can, whether they can build a balanced team on a budget, because obviously we know they get the big payments, and that's massive to clubs coming up. But they've got to learn how to use that money wisely. So yeah, for me, I think hopefully I would love to see Forest stay up, because I think they will be a fantastic addition to the Premier League. So yeah, thanks for that update, Amish. Thanks for that, mate. Great bit of input about Forest there from Amish, who is a massive Bayern Munich fan and also a Nottingham fan. Dylan is saying, Lionel, all right, you guys talking between yourself. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading the comments, League. It's a pretty good game this up to now, guys. I'm trying to keep one eye on it. Dylan is saying, I think you guys talking between yourself there, Lionel and Dylan. Yeah, mate. I am aware that they. I think you're talking to Oldham. I don't know. I'll catch up. I'll get back up to speed when I was when I was up to speed with Oldham. It was last season. But like I said, I've been busy with the studio getting that set up and stuff. So as you can understand, guys, there was only so many hours in a day, and that's why I've missed a lot of football. But I'll be getting back up to speed with it now. But thanks for that, Dylan. I'm interested to know. I'll be looking that up when I'm finished after this stream. What's going on with Oldham? Because I didn't realise. I haven't seen nothing in the press saying that they've changed ownership. And I'm not. I know I've missed a lot of football while I've been getting the studio ready, but I've still been obviously keeping up with the headlines and stuff, and I've not seen anything mentioned about Oldham and new getting new owners. So yeah, that's a new one for me. Um, I'm not following. I think you guys are talking amongst yourselves now, so I'm sorry. I'm struggling to follow the conversation. Okay, Freddie. Freddie's just saying, "Got enjoyed, mate. Enjoy, mate. I've got to go." And yeah, of course, I meant the Wanderers. You thought of. I'm presuming you're talking to me, Freddie. But thank you very much for dropping in, mate. Really do appreciate you coming, getting involved in the chat, and hopefully, I'll see you on a future live stream. And like I said, guys, if you want to get more involved in Fandom, you can always come on the live streams. I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. And you can also get in touch with me on social media as well to get involved in stuff that I'm doing to start building the fan den community for you guys to be a part of. So just chucking that one out there for you guys. But thank you very much, Freddie. I really do appreciate you coming getting involved, mate. Great to have you on in the chat and hear what you've got to say because it makes it better for you guys. Like I say, that's why I do these live streams. So the more fans we get involved, the better the conversation can be. And like I said, the whole part of doing live streams is for you guys to get involved and have your opinions heard. Dylan is saying, "Sorry, mate, I have to hop off now. Going to spend a bit of time with family. Thanks for a great stream, guys. It's good to see you back. Take care, mate. Speak to you soon. No problem, Dylan. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Really, really do appreciate all the support from you guys. And yeah, Dylan, thanks, mate, and enjoy the rest of the night with your family. Um, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon as well on social media as well. And like I say, thank you very much, mate. Really, really do appreciate all the support you guys show and coming getting involved. And like I say, there's going to be plenty more streams over the next weeks and months. So don't worry if you can't always join all the through the full streams and stuff like that. That's totally understandable. I know you guys have got other stuff going on. So whenever you can come and get involved, that is really appreciated. Scooter Finn, thoughts on the Villa game? Yeah, mate, I'm just trying to keep in touch with it up to now. It's quite a tasty game, to be fair. Both both clubs showing ambition to get some out of it. I think Villa kind of the club that look a little bit more nervous when Southampton are on attack, if that's fair to say. But overall, I think they're quite evenly matched. It can go any way at the minute, and obviously, Villa in the ascendancy with the scoreline. But as we know, guys, in the Premier League, games can be turned on the head, especially with late goals. I don't know. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of games, as I have, where they can be decided with late goals making a big impact. So yeah, thanks for that, Scott. Hopefully, mate. I am trying to keep in touch with what's going on with the game. And like I said, guys, please bear with me if I'm not giving you the best commentary because I am still a reasonably new YouTuber, so I've obviously got to learn how to commentate on games, and I'm self-taught. I'm not media trained. I'm just me, Gaz, a normal football fan trying to learn how to be a good YouTuber and improve and build a channel that you guys can be a part of, and that hopefully you enjoy as I learn to improve and grow the channel. So thanks for that, Scooter. Like I say, my apologies if I'm not keeping you up to date enough with the Villa game. I'm doing my best to learn and improve. And like I said, now I'm going to be a lot more active. Hopefully, I will start to get better over the weeks and months ahead. I'm just sorry, just looking at possession stats there. It's coming up with possession stats. I think there could be an interesting twist in this game because Southampton definitely showing more ambition to attack and also prepared to use the long ball scenario, which I've got no problem with, as I'm sure you guys are aware. Bolton, obviously, being a Bolton fan, my club used to do the long ball tactic quite a lot under Big Sam. Um, so I have seen the fruits, shall we say, of playing that kind of tactic. So in certain games it can work, but yeah, Southampton keeping the chipping it up and chipping it long, and obviously that's I don't. I'm trying to work out whether Aston Villa are actually happy with this, with the way Southampton are playing with the balls, trying to chip balls long and over the top and stuff like that, or whether they would be preferring to keep the ball on the ground a bit more. It'd be nice to have an Aston Villa fan to let us know thoughts on whether Aston Villa perform better when they're keep the ball on the ground, or whether they play, better when they're kind of a mixture of keeping the ball on the ground and balls in the air as well. It's kind of some clubs suit it, don't they? Some clubs are tuned to it. Some clubs are not. But yeah, thanks for that, Scooter. Iron Central, you are here still. You guys talking amongst yourself. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for that, Scooter. Good setup, guys. Thanks a lot, mate. Like I say, just but I don't know if you saw the old setup on the. But I had, obviously, where I used to do the live streams. Just had a blank wall behind me, so that's the good thing about having a proper studio setup now, is that we can obviously create a bit of more of a football atmosphere around behind me on the wall, and I will be doing that. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm going to start trying to collect some other club shirts so we can create more, obviously, displays in the background, basically, with different shirts and maybe even some memorabilia. But that's a work in progress. But thanks for that, Scooter, mate. Really appreciated. Always appreciate you guys being positive. Honest, I try my best to be positive all the time, especially on social media and stuff. But as I'm sure you guys are aware, you always get people that don't always want to be positive. But I'm buzzing to get you guys that are positive football fans coming together and embracing the whole idea and the project of football fandom, because that encourages me to keep working hard to make it better and improve and learn, and like I say, create something that hopefully will one day be quite unique and something that I hope you guys feel a part of. That's the key thing, because I do want you guys to feel a part of fandom. Freddie is saying, I wish Scunthorpe could get players that score goals and get a manager that cares about the club, but at the moment we don't have that. Right, fair enough, mate. Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of clubs. I can't speak specifically about Scunthorpe, but I think there is a lot of clubs, lower league clubs that have that feeling where they're frustrated, shall we say, with the structure of the team, and obviously I'm sure there's quite a few fans that are not happy with managers as well. But yeah, mate, that's fair. That's fair criticism. Obviously, it's difficult for me to keep in touch with absolutely every club. So, if I could ask Freddie, let me know what's some of the results been like this season. Obviously, that'll help me understand a little bit better your comments. So, if you could just give me a quick overview, a little bit of some of the results this season, mate, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, you're well within your rights to make that criticism, mate. Obviously, I couldn't really judge it from my point of view, because I'm not sure of Scunthorpe's results overall. So yeah, if you could give us a quick overview, mate, I would be I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for that, Freddie. Scooter Finn, good luck with Scunthorpe. Right, it's you guys talking amongst yourself. I got to learn to get used to that. I'm still learning to get used to that when you guys are talking to me and when you're talking amongst yourselves. Right, so Scooter saying they look better at the minute. So obviously, I'll have to. The problem I've got, guys, is normally I'd research it, but I haven't got my other computer that I normally have is not is actually broke the other day, and I've got a new computer, but it's not actually up and running yet. So obviously I'm streaming on one computer, and I normally have another computer at the side of me to check results and stuff like that, to have a better understanding of some of the comments you guys make about different clubs. So yeah, my apologies, Freddie. I am not well up on Scunthorpe's recent results. So yeah, it'd be much appreciated if you could just give us, like I say, a quick idea of at least the last three results or something. But clearly, obviously, Freddie, it doesn't seem too happy about Scunthorpe. Good luck with Holland at the weekend. Yeah, to be fair, mate, I think is it Crystal Palace they play at the weekend? I think Crystal Palace are doing well. I think Crystal Palace overall, obviously they're not, they're not gonna they're gonna have games where they don't play as well and don't perform as well. But overall, I'm quite impressed with Patrick Vieira and what he's doing at Palace. I think Palace look like a team that can go on. They can go on and improve. That he's definitely got them heading in the right direction. So I've been quite interested to look out for Crystal Palace's results, because I think they potentially could really start to push for a European place in the future, and maybe show more ambition to achieve more success. Like I say, within European competitions as well as the Premier League. Great. Got to touch on West Ham. I know we're not doing West Ham tonight, guys, but we've got to give a quick shout out to West Ham as well. They've been doing really well over the last year or two under David Moyes. He's been absolutely amazing what David Moyes has achieved, and it just goes to show, if a manager's given time, a good manager's given time, what they can achieve. So if Man United fans are listening, yes, I'm having a little bit of a dig at you there, guys, because I have nothing against Man United, but I was disappointed with the way the fans were with David Moyes. I don't think they gave him a fair and good enough shot at doing that job. But he's kind of proving that right now with what he's achieving with West Ham. And also, guys, I know it's obviously not Premier League related, but you have to give a quick shout out as well to Hearts for a good win the other night in Europe. Last night it was really buzzing to see Hearts get a win on the belt. And if you're not familiar with Scottish football, believe me, that is a massive result for Hearts. The Scottish clubs have been struggling so much in recent years in Europe, so it's great. It was great to see Hearts get a win last night, and it was an away win as well in Europe. So we just wanted to give them a quick mention. Scooter Finn is saying, "Are you guys talking amongst yourself?" I'll try and catch up with some of the conversation now. What did? Oh, there we go. Thoughts on Haaland? Yeah, like I say, mate, he's hit the ground running, hasn't he? I'm sure I touched on it earlier. He's hit the ground running. He's showing he's a very special player. But as I've said to some fans on social media that I've talked about it, I think he's an absolutely amazing player. But don't be surprised if he has an awesome season and then his goals drop next season, because I've seen that in years gone by when a striker has come in to the Premier League. They're new, they're fresh, they've never played in this country before. They come in, they score a hatful of goals in the first season, and then the next season they don't score as many. And the reason is because defenders start to get to know the players. So, in fairness, as well as Haaland is doing, I just want to give a mention to the fact that, in fairness, the defenders don't know him well enough yet. And as we know, once they played against him once or twice, they'll start to know which runs he's going to make, which runs he likes to make, which angles he likes to run from. And they'll get to know him better, and they'll start defending against him better and making life more difficult for him. But yeah, like I say, overall, you've got to be honest, he is a very talented player, and he's going to add some real quality to the Premier League. But like I say, in defensive defenders, I've seen it in seasons gone by. A player can come in, score loads of goals in the first season, and the season later they don't score as many because the defenders get to know them, and we have to we as fans, we have to take that into consideration. I think I really do think we need to take that into consideration because, like I said, in fairness to defenders, you can't expect them to study every top talent in the ins and outs to the dramatic point where they you know they they know him that well. It comes with they get to know him better by actually playing against them. So yeah, but yeah, he's a top player, absolutely top player. But I'm interested to see how they do against how he does next season. Um, when like I said, when defenders have got to know him better. So it's just lost the stream. So bear with me, guys. I'll come back to the comments in a minute, guys. Please do, if you could, hit that like button. Be very much appreciated. It helps with the visibility, and that's how if we get more visibility on YouTube, that's how we're gonna be appreciated to hit that like button. Like I say, it's not me. It's unfortunately it's the way YouTube is. Oh, sorry, guys. I've just lost the I've just lost it. So yeah. Let's see what you got. What some of the more comments. Scooter saying 1-1 NLW. Oh, now. Sorry, now. Um, sorry, just bear with me a second, guys. Yeah. Right. So, are you talking? Are you talking about the Fulham game? Sorry about that, guys. Just, just lost my stream then. But got it back. So yeah. All right. So Nottingham Forest Fulham 2-1. Nottingham Forest 2-1 up against Fulham. That's awesome. Oh, is it 3-1 now? Right, guys. I'm like I say, I'm not keeping in touch with that game at the moment because, like I say, I've only got the one computer tonight. Not got my second one, so unfortunately, I can't check for other stuff because I don't like doing it on the computer that I'm streaming on in case I mess up the stream, which I'm sure you guys can understand. But yeah, that's good news for Forest. And to be fair, they need the points. I think Fulham are doing reasonably. I think if I remember right, Fulham not doing too bad at the minute. They've been picking up some points. Like I say, I'm going to get up to speed with the league table. I've been watching some games and watching how teams have been playing. That's been most important to me. But I've got to get up to speed with what each club is doing since I've took the break to get the studio ready. So Freddie Brown is saying, "Do you think Fulham will stay up?" Um, do you know, mate? Actually, in fairness, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to. They're capable of staying up. They are capable of staying up, but whether they do, um, I'm not sure. It's going to be really competitive this season with the relegation zone. If you ask me, I think there's going to be. I think it's going to be tighter. I think it's going to be tighter in the relegation battle this season. I think we could see possibly 6, 7 clubs right in it right till the end of the end of the season. Because I think it's going to be a right scrap for every point this season. It's one of them in it. We're at that stage of the season where we're still trying to see where we're still early days. You need kind of like 10 games, don't you, to go by to kind of start judging teams fairly. I think on how their season's going. So at the minute, he's not. I think we're 6 games in, something like that. So yeah, still plenty of football to be played. But I think with Fulham, they're kind of that kind of team, aren't they? Where it can go either way. They can pull off some surprise results, but they can also, disappoint and underachieve for their as far as their fans are concerned. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure, mate. To be honest, I wouldn't like to say. I think if I said I think they'll go down, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be 100%. And I think if they say they stay up, I wouldn't be 100%. So yeah, I'll leave that one for now, mate. But thanks for the question. To be fair, I'm not really sure. I think it would be a bit harsh for me to say one way or the other at the minute because, like I said, they're kind of up and down, aren't they? They're like that. They're that kind of club, aren't they, Fulham? Freddie Brown, we have won one game, drawn one game, and lost 6 games. Ah, right. So you're talking about Scunthorpe, right, mate? Well, yeah, that is really, really disappointing, isn't it? 6 defeats. That's yeah, that's. But I I'm trying. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sense of it. So are they kind of like? Have you played majority of games at home or away games? That's yeah. That's not a great start to the season, is it, mate? I can understand your frustration with with that kind of start. It doesn't exactly inspire confidence in your club with that kind of with that kind of start, shall we say? Right, I'm having technical gremlins here, which is not a surprise. Right, so yeah, mate, I can, like I say, sorry, yeah, I can understand that. It's frustrating with that kind of start to the season. Hopefully, turn it around. Like I say, still plenty of football to be played yet, mate. So hopefully that's just a bad start, and hopefully the players start putting in some effort because I don't know. Is it? Do you think it's a confidence thing? Let me know, mate. To lose that kind of many games so early in the season, it suggests that the players are either not buying into the manager's tactics, or there's a lack of cohesion in the team or confidence. There's definitely something not right there with regards to that. So yeah, I'd love to know if you feel that it's more a confidence thing or whether that, like I said, that the key thing is the players buying into the manager's tactics because if they're not, that would explain that kind of run of results. So yeah, um, yeah. So I can't really say too much more about that, mate. To be fair, um, they are playing Wolves. Who's playing Wolves? Uh, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not too. Oh, so there's quite a few goals going in. Quite a few goals going in the Nottingham Forest Fulham game. Sorry, guys, I'm just dealing with some technical gremlins here, which I am not impressed about. 82 minutes gone, guys, and it's still 1-0 Villa. Um, Sam Thornton, hi guys. How's it going, Sam? Great to have you in the show, mate. Appreciate you dropping in. Just like I said, just keep you informed, guys. It's 1-0 still to Villa. Sorry, I'm having some technical gremlins. That's one of the problems with doing live streams, guys. Unfortunately, the technical gremlins can just jump in at any point and disturb what you're doing, the rhythm of the stream, shall we say? But yeah, hopefully it won't happen again before the game's over. So yeah, great to have you in stream, Sam. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Let me know, obviously, what you think of the new Fanden studio. Love to hear from you, mate. Freddie Brown, 2 at home and 5 away. Sorry, 3 at home and 5 away. Right, so you've had a few away games. So obviously, that's good. That the good thing about that I would point out, mate, is that obviously played. You've lost home games, so hopefully in the return fixture you can do much better and get maybe the players might be motivated a bit more to get a much more improved result against the teams they've lost away to home for when they come to play at your place. So yeah, but yeah, mate, I do totally understand your frustration with that kind of run of results. But like I said, I want to know your thoughts, Freddie. Do you think it's because the players are not buying into the manager's tactics? Because that is a very important factor. If that is an issue, because like I say, it's not something that's going to be fixed very quickly. If in fact, it's something that's going to just create more issues within the team. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you, Freddie. Do you think it's the manager, or maybe like I said, just a confidence issue with the players, or tactics or something not working? I'd love to know, mate. That's good to hear from. But thanks for the details. Like I said, it does give me a bit better understanding of why you're frustrated with them results. Sam Thornton, I'm a Barnsley fan. We've just sent Aidan Marsh on loan to Scunthorpe. All right, cool. So um, hopefully then that sounds like Scunthorpe might have done a bit of business to strengthen the team before the loan market closes. Because did that close last week, or is it this week it closed? I can't remember. I know it lasts for a few weeks after, doesn't it? After the actual transfer window opens, I think is it about a month afterwards. So yeah, but thanks for that, Sam. That's good info, mate. And yeah, I did remember that you was a Barnsley fan. I don't know why I always get bloody confused with some fan names, but like I said, I'll definitely get to know you guys a lot better now. I'm going to be streaming a lot more in the new Fanden studio setup. So thanks for that, Sam. I had no idea that that Scunthorpe had that kind of poor start, to be fair. So yeah, like I say, 84 minutes, guys, and it's still 1-0. Southampton look to be getting frustrated with things right now. So I think it's maybe one of them that maybe Aston Villa can just grind out the 1-0. We'll have to see, but it's definitely looking like it's going that way. Freddie Brown, to be fair, about 2 weeks ago, we sacked our manager who had a win ratio of 8%, and the current manager needs time, but we have won since opening day. Oh, I think you're trying to say haven't won since opening day, which is worrying. Yeah, mate, you got to give the new manager a little bit of time to get his ideas across, obviously. And hopefully, like I said, I don't know. What game have you got coming up this weekend? Is it a home game, mate? Hopefully, the results will start to turn around, mate. Freddie saying Man City have Wolves at the Etihad. Sorry, Wolves at the weekend. Right. Sorry, mate. It was a bit random that earlier when you put that, so I kind of didn't follow you. I'm sure you can understand that. But thanks for that, mate. Yeah. I've got a live stream planned for tomorrow, guys. If you want to come and drop in, that's I think I've set for 7:00. The reason I've set it for 7:00 is because obviously it's a Saturday. A lot of you guys will be going to games and wanting to watch games. So I thought we would try the first Saturday show after the games, where it gives you guys chance to get home if you are going to a match, and obviously get a warm drink and chill out, and maybe join me on a live stream to share your opinions on the results. And we'll be doing, like I said, I'm not sure how we're going to do it on Saturdays, but I'm going to start looking to try and do something regular on Saturdays if possible. But we need to kind of work out when's the best time to do a Saturday live stream for you guys, because like I say, there's no point me doing live streams on Saturdays if you guys are all at games. Uh, Obviously, I want to do live streams when it's best for you guys to come and get involved. So yeah, we're coming up to towards the 90th minute now, guys. There's only a couple of minutes left, and it's still 1-0. Freddie, we've got York tomorrow at home, hoping for something to change. Yeah, well, you got a home game, mate, a new manager. So let's fingers crossed. Let's hope he gets the players well up for this one to put a performance in front of the fans and get you guys a result. We are in National League, mate. The transfer window doesn't shut. Oh right, I didn't know it didn't shut in the National League. I didn't know that, mate. To be fair, well, cool. Thanks for that, Freddie. You taught me something new there, mate. I didn't know that about the National League. I just presumed it ran the same as the rest of the professional leagues. So yeah, what? Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that. I'll be looking that up later because I genuinely didn't know that. Uh, Haven't won since opening day, mate. Sorry. Yeah, I think you said that in a previous comment, Freddie. Thanks, mate. Well, like I say, tomorrow's good opportunity, isn't it, for to turn things around and get hopefully a win on the table, and get 3 points. Fingers crossed. Your home game, and yeah, York's. As with all respect to York, I consider Scunthorpe to be uh, at least have a stronger team than York. So yeah, hopefully you guys will get something out of that game. Um, I'm really getting frustrated with these gremlins now. Sorry, guys, I am having the. I can't moan. I've just got 3/4 of the way through the stream and it's not done it. But unfortunately, my stream seems to be wanting to be difficult now, right near the end. So obviously, just bear with me, guys. I've lost the feed. So, obviously, guys, like I say, we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, obviously after the game. So, hopefully, if you're not too busy, come and get involved in that because I'll be definitely wanting to hear from you guys. You can help me get a clearer picture now I'm back doing the live streams again of some how you guys have got your teams are playing. Because I'm sure that after tomorrow's game, some of you guys will be quite passionate about the way your team has played tomorrow, sorry, good or bad. So hopefully that will tomorrow's evening's stream will be a good stream with a bit of luck, and hopefully I'll quite a few of you guys drop in. Um, Right, so we're on a 92, 5 minutes added on, guys, and it's on the 92nd minute. Um, and it's still 1-0. So yeah, it looks like Aston Villa are going to ride this one out. It's Southampton are pressing with the long balls a lot now, trying to obviously get the ball up with only a couple of minutes left. And it's kind of a bit more hit and hope now. Freddie Brown, I don't know about being stronger than York at the moment. They have just come up from league below the National League and have been playing very well, but it's a derby, so who knows? Yeah. I'm not. I'm just saying. Overall, mate, I would have thought that you Scunthorpe are the more bigger club, if you get me. And without disrespecting York, I would have thought Scunthorpe, from my point of view, I have always thought of Scunthorpe as the bigger club. So, but yeah, I'm aware it's a derby, mate. But hopefully, like I say, just think positive, mate. That's all you can do. Unfortunately, like I said, if your team's gonna lose and make mistakes, it's better to get them out of the way early in the season, and hopefully, the manager can address it and turn things around and get the players a lot more focused and motivated to improve. So yeah, um, like I say, and none of us like to see defeats at any point. Excuse me. Yeah, none of us as fans like to see defeats at any point in the season. But like I say, sometimes you have to kind of say to yourself, is it better getting a couple of, if you're going to play badly, is it better to play badly at the start when you can correct it and do something about it, or play bad at the end when it might cost you? So yeah, try to stay positive, mate, and hopefully you guys will get a good result tomorrow um, against York. Thanks, mate. I look forward to hearing from you. Yeah, like I said, I do hope you get a good result, mate. And are you going to the game? Are you going to the game, Freddie? I'm presuming it's going to be a packed stadium with it being a derby as well. So I'm sure it can be a pretty good atmosphere. So there you go, guys. Villa got the 3 points. Pretty scrappy performance, to be fair, overall. I think both teams wanted to win it. Both teams wanted to get something out of it anyway. But I think it was always written that this one might be a bit scrappy, and it kind of turned out that way. Because obviously Aston Villa low on confidence, with not necessarily getting the results in recent games that they've wanted or aspired to, and then obviously Southampton that are always, they're always willing to get any club a game. And Southampton, kind of got a lot of belief about themselves at the minute. They've had some positive results against. I think they didn't win against Chelsea, and I think they also got a draw. No, they lost against United. Won it? It was Chelsea. I think they got a win against Chelsea and lost against United, if I remember correctly. Um, and I think they only lost 1-0 against United. So the point what I'm making is they're a team with reasonable confidence. So yeah, hopefully that 3 points will push Aston Villa up the table, give them some confidence, and I'm confident that Southampton are going to do okay up to this season. They've had a pretty good start to the season in my eyes. Like I say, I know it's early and we're only 6-7 games in, so obviously plenty to play for. But I think Southampton have had reasonably positive start. So I'm going to read the last few of your comments, guys, and then I'm going to call it a night because it seems like the chat has gone a bit quieter than it was earlier. Freddie Brown, I am going to the game. I'm a season ticket holder. Oh, right, cool, mate. Well, like I say, hopefully it's going to be an absolutely packed out stadium and a good derby, good derby atmosphere. And let's hope you come out on top, mate, and get the 3 points you need. Got through talking so much. I got a frog in my throat. quite hard to continuously try and talk for 2 hours. Yeah, so sorry, Freddie. Yeah, mate. What I was going to ask was, how are York playing? Are York playing? How's their season going? Are they kind of doing it? Obviously, I know you just said they just got promoted, but how are they playing in the first few games of the season? Are they kind of got a winning run going, or are they kind of mixed bag? Some wins, some draws. Let me know, mate, if you could. Um, Fulham won 3-2 as well. Fulham won 3-2. All right. Wasn't that Nottingham Forest winning that to begin with? I'm sure Nottingham Forest were winning that to begin with. Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could check the result there, guys. So, is that Fulham? Fulham won it. Yeah, if Fulham won that, they've done a really, really well because I kind of expected that was going to be nailed on 3 points. To be fair, for Nottingham Forest because they were at home, I thought they'd really be right up for it to get something out of the game. Um, Obviously, being an important game for them at home. Um, so yeah, I'm just seeing him. I'm shocked at that because didn't one of you guys tell me before that it was 3-2 to um, Nottingham Forest? Yeah, I'm sure somebody in the chat said it was 3-2 to Nottingham Forest before. But yeah, that's the problem. Can't obviously keep an eye on every game possible, but yeah, disappointing for Nottingham if they've lost that one. But good win for Fulham. So yeah, thanks for that, Freddie. Appreciate that. They are on a winning streak of 4 games. Yeah, like I said, they're having a pretty good start to the season. Um, so yeah, like I say, hopefully plenty of games to play and plenty more results for Nottingham Forest to hopefully get enough points because I know a lot of fans wanting to see Forest do quite well this season. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Plenty of games still to play, but yeah, if they're going to stay up, they definitely need to be getting the wins, the results at home. Right, guys. So anyway, obviously a massive 3 points for Aston Villa. Great win for them. And obviously, with respect to Southampton, they had a right goal, but I think they kind of maybe a little bit too much long ball tactics tonight with Southampton, which can work. It can work. Don't get me wrong. I've nothing against that. But I think maybe that they didn't use that tactic in the right way. It was more hit and hope rather than actually. Well, from the what I saw of the game, it was kind of a bit more sporadic. It didn't look to me like it was a tactic that they practiced on the training ground. That's what I'm trying to get at. So it's not a surprise that they didn't manage to put enough pressure on the goal. And if they have been training it, they didn't. If they have been training that for that tactic, it certainly didn't look like it. But yeah, a massive 3 points though for Aston Villa. I'm sure the Villa fans will be absolutely buzzing with that. Last one, Freddie, and then I'm going to jump off, mate, because I've not had nothing to eat tonight either. I come straight in from work and jumped pretty much ready straight into the shower and straight on the stream. So I'm quite hungry, mate, but I will be back tomorrow. Another planned stream tomorrow. But I've really enjoyed talking to you, mate, and I've enjoyed the insight you've given me into Scunthorpe. And I will be hopefully trying to cover some non-league stuff as we build the channel. But as I'm sure you can understand, obviously, to get the audience that we need to get growing, we do need to tackle the league football first and get the audience growing. But I will be giving some consideration along the way to non-league, as you can see, because you can go on the channel and you can see that I have done a little bit about Bury, who are a non-league club. So you can see that I am intending to do some stuff about non-league when the opportunity comes along. But yeah, you're always welcome to come and talk non-league, Freddie, or all UK football. Happy to talk about, mate. So, like I say, the last comment, and then I'm going to go and grab some food. Anyway, mate, enjoy your night. Thanks for the stream, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with 3 more points on the board. Yeah, absolutely, Freddie. Well, I hope hopefully the game goes well for you tomorrow, mate, and you have a cracking atmosphere and get a positive result out of the game, mate. And I look forward to hearing from you. I'll be definitely thinking of you tomorrow at 3 o'clock when the kickoffs happen, and hoping, fingers crossed, that Scunthorpe get a positive result for you, mate. Okay, doke. Thank you very much, Freddie. Thanks a lot to all you guys that have took part in tonight's stream. Obviously, as you can see, we're not massive audience at the minute, but I will be putting a lot of work into the channel. So hopefully, start to build the audience and grow it, and make a more enjoyable chat and watch alongs for you guys to be involved in. But thank you very much for all your positive comments, guys. It really is appreciated. Every one of you that's left supportive comments and positive chat in the conversation. It's always appreciated because that's what Football Fandom is about. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate all your input. And like I say, I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. And if you're off to a game tomorrow, safe journey. Bye for now.